Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the second episode of the Greek trip. I said, please read Kenya down. I'm here for the whole episode. You already know the drill, y'all. If you are a Kenya stan, be prepared to read me in the comments. I don't care. If you are a Nene stan, you might not read me this episode, but I don't care. I don't really stand for anyone. I do like Nene over Kenya, but oh my God, this episode, y'all. First off, let me say I apologize, one, for my hair looking a mess. I know it look a mess. It's frizzy. I don't want to take it down because my hair appointment is on Friday, but if she cancel on me, I'm going to take it down and wash it. But I'm holding on to my style to Friday. I know we supposed to stay in the house, but your girl, I still got to work, so I got to get my hair done. Two, I apologize for my videos being late. It's been mass craziness, and you all know, you all have changes to your schedules with trying to prepare for the coronavirus, trying to prepare for these kids being out of school for we don't know how long. I haven't been watching TV like I used to, so my reviews ain't where they used to be. I just watched Real Housewives of Atlanta last night, which was Monday. So I apologize. Your girl promises to get back on schedule. I do want to have a channel that can be consistent and be relied upon for having on-time reviews. But with all that being said, this was a good episode. It was some good shade, some good reading, some confusing shade. But what I want to do for my reviews going forward, I want to review with my opinion more in a conversation style review and less of a recap, because you all have watched the episode. You all are listening to me to get my opinion on the episode. You don't want me to go step by step what happens. If you do, get in the comments and let me know that's what you want. But I feel like it takes more notes for me to write down all the notes, and I'd rather just write down what I thought was good and talk about it. So let's get into it. The first thing I see, this is the day after Nene says, fuck Kenya. And I was like, yes, Nene, fuck Kenya. I can't stand Kenya. And so we moving on. I don't know why they flashed that part back, but that was funny to me. Everyone is up, cooking breakfast, taking pictures. I don't know where PJ came from, but PJ is there. Marlo is off getting glam. And she's shading her friends. She said, I wish my friends was a little bit richer because I need somebody to bring me some breakfast and some mimosas. And I feel you, Marlo. I feel you, because everybody on here claimed to be a rich bitch. Why y'all ain't got no staff in this villa? Kandi, the richest one on the show. Bravo. Like, why are y'all up washing y'all own dishes? To me, that's not a vacation. It's not a vacation if I got to get up and wash dishes, cook my own breakfast. No. If I got to do all that, put me up in a hotel. And I ain't even got nowhere near the money these ladies got. But I'm not down for that either, Marlo. Where are your rich friends? These girls just a little bit cheap. Bravo, too. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, why does Kandi seems so invested in Nene and Kenya having some kind of conversation. Like, Kandi, you just invested on getting some spice in the show because Nene and Kenya aren't friends. Anyone on this trip can see that, and I don't know why anyone at this time in Kenya's life, when she's going through this divorce and she's so vulnerable, as she says, why would you want to get her together with her clear enemy? I don't know. Now, the next thing they talk about on the bus is Kandi is interested in giving her surrogate a job, and everyone is saying that's a bad idea. What do you all think? I'm really learning about this surrogacy process through Kandi, because I don't know anyone who has personally been through it. I don't recall seeing it played out on a reality show before that I've watched. Like, I've known others have done it, but I haven't watched it. And I have mixed feelings. Like, I don't feel like you should just throw the surrogate away and be like, thank you, here's your check. But I wouldn't, I mean, I don't know. I might not want to see them every day and give them a job, but I don't mind them showing up to my daughter's birthday party or maybe a family dinner. But I guess we're going to have to watch and see how it goes with Kandi. But a lot of the women were saying that that's a no ma'am Kandi. But I don't know. Get in the comments, what do y'all think about Kandi giving the surrogate a job? Now, Cynthia on the bus talking about her and Mike want to have a baby, or they would like to have a baby together, and she done missed her period. I said, Cynthia, you at 52 and your daughter is grown, ain't nobody trying to have a baby. I don't give a damn when you find love. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know, but you really want to have a baby at 52? And Nene had me on the ground. She said, Cynthia ain't about to have no baby. Child, well, what egg? What egg, Cynthia? I don't want to read nobody eggs because I have seen that that's offensive, and I don't want to offend. I don't know if Cynthia will get offended by Nene's remark. I'm sure she won't. I'm sure Cynthia was joking. But, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am. Leave that to Janet and Holly Berry. Don't nobody want to have no baby at 50. I guess maybe your girl Kenya. I mean, she was close to 50. I just, To me, that's good when you a first time mom. And I'm judging, but I'm not judging. Because please, you can do whatever you want. I can see that for first time moms. But if I already have a child, like I already have a 16-year-old, ain't nobody trying to start all the way over. Not me. Now they find out they about to have dinner in the sky. What do y'all think about that? When I first saw it, I said, no ma'am. I like to eat my food on the ground. But when I saw they really got up there and they could see all the views of the city, and it was really like an experience, and not just the experience of being up there, but really experiencing some of Greece. And I said I might do it. I would be scared. Like me, I'm telling some of my personal business. Like, I'm a nervous flyer. And I will fly. I like to fly because I like to travel. But I'm a nervous flyer. And every time I'm up in the air, my stomach is uneasy. And I always feel like I'm in and out of the bathroom because I feel like I have to go, but I don't. It's just my stomach is flip-flopping. So I wouldn't really be able to enjoy a meal that high because my stomach would be flip-flopping. I couldn't even drink that high because I would be too nervous of feeling like I might have to use the bathroom. So for that reason, I would probably just go up there and look around and, kiki ha hee hee ha with my friends, but I probably wouldn't eat because my stomach, no. But it did look fun once they got up there and they could see all the views. Now, the main thing we're going to talk about, I feel like something's in my eyelash, y'all. I'm not crazy. The main thing we're going to talk about is why was Kenya pressing her BFF about her business? Like, when it first started off, because I watched it twice, I said, okay, the first 2 questions could have been a joke. Like, yeah, Cynthia, this such a high-end wine, but it got a twist top. Okay, hee hee, ha ha, funny, yeah. Okay, but once you start asking the woman, well, how many Merlots, how many red wines are there? And what would you pair with this fish? And what would you pair with a steak? And then she shaded Porsha, like, if it ain't Hennessy and hookah, what you talking about, Porsha? So Porsha let that one fly. But it was definitely insulting to your best friend, because pretty much you're insulting her business. You're saying, how are you some big time wine seller and you don't even know how many red wines there are? Now, I can only think of about 3, but I'm sure there's many more. Like, I don't think anybody got it. And what was even more confusing is that Cynthia had all this rah-rah to check Nene at the beginning of the season, but she has none. Like, she's never checked King. And I agree with you, Nene. I see it. She's never checked Kenya the way she has checked Nene. and you were closer to Nene than you were ever close to Kenya. And I've been telling you all season, Kenya is not really your friend. She's no one's friend. She's here for a check. She will do and say whatever she has to do to be the villain of this show. I don't think Kenya cares about anybody. But let's move on. Y'all get in the comments, because we're gonna talk about this Cynthia shade some more. But get in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about that. Like, I did not understand why you were going so hard at your friend. It was like you were trying to embarrass her on TV, but nobody can show your wig. When people were, we ain't gonna go back into that wig, but you made such a big deal about the wig, and then can't nobody call you out on it. And the producers called you out, and then you had an attitude with the producer, like, because you couldn't answer the question. You had an attitude with the producer, like, well, if these are the type of questions you're gonna ask me, I'm about to go. And I would have been like, bye, bitch. But I guess you were at Kenya's house. I don't know. I can't stand Kenya. She definitely has double standards. She definitely treats people like trash, but then she expects people to treat her like a queen. And not I. Definitely not Nene either. Okay, so now we out. They out shopping, whatever. They done came down from that crane thing. And all I hear at Kenya now yelling is, y'all don't know how to act. Y'all act like y'all ain't never been out the country nowhere. Get from over off that people stuff. You being disrespectful. And I was looking. I was like, Brooklyn out shopping with them? Because who the hell is she talking to? Like, that's what if I was Porsha and Tanya, that's what I would have said. I would have been looking like, oh, Brooklyn must be here, because who the fuck Kenya talking to like she my mama? And clearly it was plenty of, when I looked the second time I watched it, it was plenty of people walking on the other side of that fence where Porsha and Tanya were taking pictures. So it wasn't like they were the ones who jumped the fence and went down there to take pictures. It looked like it was a clear pathway for people to be down there. I can't stand her. Like, I don't care. Read me in the comment, Kenya stands. If y'all haven't clicked off, I don't care. Now we out here still shopping, and everybody is like, Marlo was stealing. So when I watched it again, I made sure I looked, and I was like, I know Marlo is not out here in Greece shoplifting. And when I looked at it, when you first look at it, it does look fishy, but Marlo was not shoplifting. It looks clearly like she took a scarf out of her bag, and it looks like she looked at it and put it back on the shelf and maybe picked up something else and put it in her bag. So it probably was a scenario where clearly she paid for a scarf because she had the bag of purchase. And clearly she must have said, look, I don't like this one. I think I like that one over there. Can I exchange it? And she went over there and exchanged it. She was not stealing. I know she has that reputation, but I don't think she would do that on camera. Though I will say all of them been drinking all day, every day. So who knows? Now, what bothered me the second time, y'all get in the comments and let me know. Porsha found this cute yellow mommy-daughter outfit, but she had the nerve to tell this lady, I got 5 million Instagram followers. You should give me mine for free and I'll pay for PJs. And I want to be like, Porsha, ma'am, no, ma'am. Don't be cheap. I can't stand when people go out the country and be cheap. And like I said, I ain't got nowhere near the money these ladies have. But I always make sure I got enough to ball out of control when I go crazy. When I go out of town, because that's my time to have fun, relax. The last thing I want to do when I'm out of town anywhere, out the country, on a cruise, just maybe in another city, I don't want to be cheap. I want to be able to do and buy whatever I want to do when I'm on vacation. That was that's what was tacky, Porsha. Ain't nobody say nothing to her about that. Like, these people in Greece don't care nothing about your Instagram followers. And one, I follow you on Instagram. I ain't seen you post that yellow outfit, but that's here nor there. And two, if we see you in this yellow outfit, how many people do you think getting ready to hop a flight to go to Greece to pick it up in a market? It ain't like that lady got an online account. Moving on. I already talked about Kenya being called out by the producers. They back in the hotel. And I think Porsha and Tanya were telling Cynthia about her friend Kenya. And Porsha gave Cynthia a good word. She was like, you have to treat people, you have to teach people how to treat you. And that's very true. And that's what you were doing with Nene, but you need to do it with Kenya as well. Kenya talks to you any kind of way. She talks to you like your name is Baby Brooklyn. You can't act out. You can tell Kenya, but you have never checked Kenya the way you have checked anyone else. You even checked Marlo. And to me, Marlo is the hardest one because she hits way below the belt. And so if you can check Marlo and her foul mouth, you can definitely check Kenya. And one thing, get in the comments. Let's talk about this in the comments. Why, especially Cynthia, do people feel like because somebody is going through something, they deserve a pass? Because in my opinion, every day, somebody is going through something somewhere, somehow. Keep living, it's going to be your turn. That does not give you permission when it's your turn to go through something. That does not give you permission to be like, okay, this is my turn to be a bitch. And y'all did it with Nene last season. Y'all gave Nene a pass, but then you got fed up with Nene's bullshit and you cut Nene off. And so now we on the beginnings of let's give Kenya a pass because her husband wanted to leave her and now she can be a bitch. No, that's not how it works. People go through shit every day, much more devastating than the shit Kenya going through. And people still treat people with respect. Your husband didn't leave you by the time you brought the cookie lady around. What was your excuse for being a bitch then? Moving on. So it's the next day. And it's Vineyard Day or Vineyard Day, however you say it. And I'm not going to talk too much about what happened in this vineyard because it was a cute scene. They had fun. Everyone was getting along. The main thing that happened there was Porsha and Nene made up. I appreciate them making up because it seemed like a hole in the storyline because it clearly, after that little jungle party, Porsha and Nene had made up sometime somewhere and we didn't see it because they were clearly back to being big sis, little sis way before this scene in Greece, which I don't mind. I appreciate. Sometimes when you have friendships and y'all fall out for whatever reason, you can talk crap. I've done it. I've had friendships where I've said mean things and people have said mean things to me. And with time, you be like, man, that's my bitch. I miss her. Let me go ahead and make up. And you just let it go. You let it go. But what Porsha did, I appreciate. She said, Nene, I at least need you to understand what hurt me so you don't do it again. Now, they flash back to that closet scene and you grabbing my belt, but Porsha still ain't never said nothing about that. But I think what really hurt her is that, and she said it like, I had just had my baby. I was in postpartum. I couldn't breastfeed and you were coming at me and it just was not the right time. And I understand. I don't recall an apology from Nene, but sometimes, and it has happened to me in my life too. Sometimes when it's your good girlfriend and y'all just coming back together, no one has to apologize. It could just be, hey girl. Did you see? Yeah, I see. Ha ha. And it just falls back into it and no one apologizes. And maybe what Porsha did was right and you should at least say what hurt you so you can at least make sure it doesn't happen again. But sometimes when you really are good friends with people, and that was a real moment to me because I saw real tears. It was not fake crying because Nene's eyes were red and I saw the tears. Nene cares about Porsha. She really made up with Porsha and Porsha cares about Nene. Now all that at the end, I don't know where I would be in my life without you or whatever Porsha said. Team too much, Porsha, but I'll put that on a little bit of the alcohol. Because like I said, these ladies were drinking all day, every day. So now we back on the bus. And they kikiing with Marlo talking about we done found you an old man. And Marlo's like, he can be old, but does he have money? And then let's get into this conversation, y'all. They're trying to say, because here go Kandi talking about her Todd was $1,000 there, and when they came together, they can build and be millionaires together. And here Marlo on her side is like, look, I'm 43. I ain't got time to be building with nobody. I got my money. He need to have his money, and we coming together. Now, mind you, like I said, I'm assuming most of us in the YouTube land ain't on a level. But the level that I am on, you need to be there too, because I don't have time. I'm with Marlo. Like, I'm with Marlo as well. I don't have time. This is what I got, what you got. Let's put it together. Let's do the thing. And that's what me and my husband did. But yeah, I don't have time to go down. Shut up, Angie, because it's gonna almost, you gonna sound like a bitch no matter how you say it. I understand where you coming from, Kandi. Todd was 100,000 there. Me and Todd could have built together, because I ain't got 100,000. But let's quit telling all your business and move on. Let's get in the comments. Tell me who team you are. Are you more on Team Kandi? Are you a builder? Or are you on Marlo's team? And you got to be there, and let's do the thing together. Get in the comments. Okay, the next point I saw, Tanya talking about, because Marlo said something about have your money and something about sucking his dick on holidays. And Tanya was like, wait, there's 7 days in a week, just the holidays? And then Nene was like, damn, Tanya, does your mouth ever get tired? I told y'all Tanya had that trick from them, that baby shower bottle game. Okay? I ain't mad at Tanya. I ain't mad at Marlo. It was just funny because I think Nene was mostly saying like Tanya talks to like me and Tanya probably could not be friends because I talk too much too. And two people who talk too much can't be friends. I tell my friends that all the time. I'm like, why don't y'all tell me to shut up and and you have a moment to get in the conversation? They be like, we listening to you. I'm like, I know I talk too damn much. Two people who talk like this can't be friends. But I like Tanya. Okay. Nene is giving out marriage advice. Talking about Greg can do his dirt. I can do my dirt. But we ain't leaving each other. Okay, Nene. That works for you. That don't work for everybody else. You can't do no dirt over here. But she did say, I ain't letting no bitch walk in my shoes because she slept with my husband for one night. Not everybody has that same thinking pattern. I don't know. I feel like when you give out marriage advice, all you can say is this what works for me, and whatever little bit of nuggets you can get with from what works for me, bless you with it. If not, you got to figure it out for yourself, because no one has that one strategy of what works. And I can guarantee you, over here, me doing dirt and you doing dirt, but ain't nobody leaving, that's not working over here. So I think that was more of a word for Porsha. She needed a little amen corner for her boo Dennis. Because Dennis is doing his dirt. And Porsha needs an amen corner. And she needed Nene to amen for her. Because nobody else. Nope. That's what Porsha was crying about. Nobody else is amen. Not even her sister Lauren is giving her high fives over Dennis. Okay, moving on. I already said Porsha and Nene made up. Okay. Oh, we at the party. They had dinner. Ain't nothing going on at dinner. They at the house. They want to have this party. They do it every trip. They do it every season where it's like a burn event. Everybody put all their issues out on the table so we can have something to fight about next season. That's all. That's all it is. Put all your issues on the table so we can keep fighting because we got to keep getting paid. Okay. So the party is going to be lit. Marlo got her huge thing of Grey Goose. They got about 6 bottles of wine. And the party is a disaster because everyone is drunk. Everyone shows up to the party drunk. But let's move along. Porsha, your hair, your makeup, and that dress, you slayed everybody that night. You slayed everybody that night, Porsha. I love that rusty, burnt orange colored dress. I think it looks good on all skin types or all skin tones because that's one of my favorite colors for myself. And it looks great on Porsha. That hair snatched with that little piece of crown in it, snatched. Tanya, your dress was second. That sheer black tight ruching. Tanya, Tanya brings it to you all. She brings it to us all the time. You let Porsha edge you out a little bit this time. Everybody else just look average, but Cynthia ma'am, I ain't gonna shade nobody for they rolls, they chubs. I got plenty of rolls and chubs of my own, and I like to show the shit too. But no, ma'am, Cynthia, what you had on did not flatter your way. Your body is snatched, not just for 52, but snatched for any age. But what you had on at that event, Nene, Kenya, Kandi, Porsha, Tanya, Marlo, none of them bitches were your friends because you looked a hot ass mess. And everybody talking, ooh, look at the peekaboo. You were showing too much. The strings were falling into the rolls. Like, I like to wear a good two-piece, but my two-piece know how to cover the rolls and show the right amount of skin in the right places. You were just showing everything to be showing it, and then you have a boob job, but the way that halter hung, it just made your boobs look saggy. Like, you did not flatter yourself, Cynthia. And I would relook Nene and Kenya for letting you come up on TV looking like that. But let's move on. So we at the party. If you got the crown, you can talk about your beef. The first person Kandi gave it to was Nene and Porsha. She want to know what the hell y'all was over there apologizing about. How the hell you want us to put our business on the table, but you ain't going to put y'all business on the table. They apologize. Move on. Like, y'all knew what we was texting about back in the day. Everybody on Instagram saw what we was fighting about back in the day. We apologized and we moved on. Okay, Kandi, that wasn't, we didn't have to do crowns for that. Okay, next. Cynthia gave a crown to Kenya. Why? I don't know. Because whatever little bullshit she said, you was going to believe it. Kenya said she was joking. And Cynthia businesses speak for themselves. So I'm like, okay, what are they speaking? Because number one, I know my video getting long, and I said I wasn't going to talk too much. But number one, the location of Cynthia's wine cellar, who driving all the way downtown and all that damn Atlanta traffic just to give Cynthia $6.99 for the same bottle of wine we could have got at the Publix or the Kroger? Like, who is doing that? How long is this wine cellar really going to be open? Because all the reviews, I don't live in Atlanta anymore, but all the reviews I've seen, they said it's the same wine you can get out of Publix or Kroger. She might have a few high-end bottles of wines. The rest is, what is it, Barefoot, Behringer, some bullshit you could get anywhere else. So I don't know how long this wine cellar gonna even be open, because one of the most popping wine cellars that I remember was the Grape, and I think at one point Usher owned it. Another celebrity bought into it. And it was in Atlantic Station, prime real estate, and that shit closed down. I mean, nobody is going through all that traffic, all that bullshit just to say, I want to give Cynthia Bailey $10 so I can get a bottle. I never understood the concept unless she's throwing events, wine tastings, something else. I don't see it for you, Cynthia, but I don't want to be negative, so let's move on. But I think that was shade, because her businesses speak for itself. Where is the modeling agency? That ain't speaking shit to me. Where are these eyeglasses? I see them nowhere. That ain't speaking to me. And I never seen the backpacks. So I think Kenya was being shady, but she let her off easy. Now is the part where I'm like, Nene, this ain't none of your business. But drunk Nene came out, and she was like, that ain't no apology. You a big ass bully, bitch. And Kenya was like, oh, I'm a bitch now. And I'm like, yeah, Kenya, you a bitch. Because remember, Tanya was a cunt. So if she can be a cunt, you can be a bitch. Take it. And I'm like, Nene is drunk. And the whole time they arguing, and Nene is calling her. And so Kenya is like, so I'm a bitch? And she's like, yeah, you a bitch. What you gonna do? Oh, I'm supposed to fight you now? No, you ain't gonna fight me. You ain't gonna do shit. You a negative Betty. You just a negative Betty. And I'm like, who is Betty? It's negative Nancy, Nene. But moving on. So Nene and Kenya are arguing, and she was like, now that's why your husband left you, bitch. And I said, yeah, that's why he left, because your ass is miserable. You do this petty bullshit. He tired of seeing you embarrass him on the TV, and he left. She said, your husband and his nose ring done twirled on out your marriage. I said, Nene, that was funny, but that was harsh. Twirled, like she using your words against you. And so now she was like, Nene, you just dry. And she was like, your cat dry with your non-existent husband. I said, it is. It sure is, Kenya, because you've been complaining about not having no sex for months. Like you said, you ain't really had none since Brooklyn. So she got you there. And why does everybody know your business? How Nene know your cat dry? She probably was just drunk shading, but... Then she said, you got to blow up booty. Nene was reading Kenya, and I was here for all of it. Nene, it wasn't your business. If Cynthia want to forgive Kenya and not forgive you, or what, be harder on you and lighter on Kenya, that's Cynthia business. We read Cynthia when she used to do it to you. So, but it was drunk Nene that read Kenya down, and I was here for it. I was here for it. I was here for all of it. But let's move on. They finally calmed them down. And it's Kenya's and Tanya's turn to talk. And somebody then gave Nene some popcorn, because she like, yeah, I got to listen to this shit. Now, Kenya gonna thank Tanya for being compassionate and pretty much saying, thank you for not throwing my divorce in my face, because you could have. And then Tanya says, I accept that apology. I'm like, bitch, Tanya, she ain't apologized. It was not an apology nowhere in there. She was really shading Nene. She was really shading Nene through you by saying thank you for not doing the shit Nene just did. So, but now Kenya has to add on and say, well, I am a little bit upset that you never really apologized for showing my wig, and I apologize. And then Tanya stood up for herself and said, well, bitch, I was going to apologize, but the next day you put the cookie lady in my face, and so fuck you. She ain't say it like that, but that's pretty much what she said. Eventually, they apologized. Now Nene is back. She was like, a married woman wouldn't bring another woman in another married woman's face. That's low. You a low down bitch. And now it's fighting. I'm a bitch. Yeah, you a bitch. Popcorn is throwing. Kenya yelled, go back to jail again. And then now we to be continued. We already know Nene gonna spit at her. I don't care what nobody said. I saw the white stuff come out of your mouth, Nene. You spit at Kenya. And I ain't really mad at you, because Kenya was wrong this whole episode. And everybody is with the bullshit, and somebody deserved to call her out. And Nene was it. Nene was it. Nene was it. Y'all get in the comments. I had a lot more fun reviewing the episode like this, just talking about the stuff that was funny to me. It was a little bit long, only because it was a lot of stuff funny to me. Let's get in the comments and talk about this, because this was a good episode. A lot of fun shade, a lot of nasty shade, and a lot of Kenya reads. It was good. All right, y'all. You know what to do. If this is your first time seeing your girl Angie and you like Kiss My Cheeks TV, go ahead and subscribe. I got plenty more coming. And like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see you all on time next week. Read me next week if I ain't on time. All right, y'all. Bye.